Peace and blessings, budget besties. This is your girl Jay with Jay Lenore Budgets. And in today's video, we are going to catch up. And I am also going to be doing my budget for the 4/1 pay period. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, please keep watching. Hello, guys. It has been a minute and I am so happy to be back. I needed to step away for a bit so that I could basically get my life together, guys. If you've been following me, then you know I had a death in my family. You know, I had a little job situation happening that was causing me a lot of stress, and I was having panic attacks and just a lot of anxiety, and you know, trying to get therapy and everything set up for that so that I could help deal with some of the pressures that were going on. I mean, and then I had something that you don't know about is that I had an issue with my mouth. So I ended up having to go to the dentist and have some things taken care of there. So guys, it has just really been rough, but I am happy to say that I am back. I am in a better place mentally. Still working on some things that I'll share with you as we move through the videos, the upcoming videos, because I don't want to make each one too long just talking about, you know, life updates, but I'll share them as we go through. So, but yeah, guys, I'm happy to be back. As you can see, I have a new background color here. It's springtime, guys, and I needed to brighten things up a little bit. So, I have a new backdrop going on, and I am just hoping for the best going forward. And guys, it's just a good feeling to be back. Thank you for sticking around. There were a few of you that DM'd me on through Instagram to check on me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for checking on me and making sure that I was doing okay. That was very much appreciated, and it meant a lot, you know, that strangers that don't really even know you, just know you from YouTube, think enough of you to reach out and check on you. So thank you so much. I love you guys, and hopefully we're back. I'm back into this and won't need any more breaks, but it was a much needed break, and I think that it helped that break helped to put me in a better place. So with that being said, I did not record any of my March 18th pay period. So I still budgeted, I still stuffed my sinking funds, I still stuffed my savings challenges and everything, but I just did not record any of it. So I am starting off today fresh month, fresh budget and everything for April 1st. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into that. Before I get into the budget, I do want to also mention that yesterday I finally posted my ally video. Now, what I want to say about that video, if you haven't watched it already, I hope you'll go check that out. There was a part 1 to that video where I actually went over my sinking funds, and then and that ally video was supposed to be part 2. So if you feel the need, go back and check out part 1 and then watch part 2. But the ally part of that video is up, and I finally got it done and posted. The video was recorded 2 weeks ago or whenever I posted part 1. So the numbers and stuff are a little old because, like I said, I still stuffed my sinking funds for March 18th, and that is not reflected on there. And then I have already did the transfer for April 1st. April 1st pay period. So of course that money is not in there, but I recorded that at the time, but it took me so long because every time I watched the video, I saw personal information that needed to be edited out. And of course I am new at this. and editing. Let's just say I learned a lot trying to edit that video, and trying to make sure that personal information wasn't displayed. So that's what took me so long. And then in the midst of everything else that was going on, I just could not get that up in a timely fashion. But the video was actually recorded right after part one was done. So, but of course, like I said, the information at this point is a little old. The numbers are a little old, but we'll go through the updated numbers like I said, as I move forward in my April budget. Then we'll go over all of my updates for my sinking funds and my savings challenges as well. Okay, so just wanted to throw that in there. But again, check out the ally video and see how the buckets and everything works if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so now let's get to the budgeting. Okay, so we have the April 1st pay period here. I got paid on April 1st. My total income for April 1st was $1,623.22. I mentioned in a previous video that I was no longer going to record my plan with me videos, simply because I pretty much already have it planned out in my mind. I already have it written down when I even do the recording. So I just didn't see a need to actually record that process. So yeah, I decided not to record that anymore. So I have already gone through and budgeted out, completed the budget columns rather, for everything. And so now I will still continue to do my budget with me's, because that actually has, the actual income. And then I'll go through and fill out the actual side of the budget binder and see where I actually spent my money this pay period. So of course, so again, like I said, I had $1,623.22. I am making my car payment, which is $321.47. That is a fixed amount, so it's easy to budget that because it doesn't change. My credit card payment, the minimum payment is $71. So I always go ahead. Looks like I got some shadows going on when I write, so hopefully you can still see this. Let me see, maybe I need to adjust my light here. I wonder if that's going to make it better. So anyway, the credit card, the minimum payment was $71. So I'm going to go ahead and record the minimum payment here because I have another section on my binder where I actually give anything extra. So my loan payment is $428.30. That is always the same as well, as it is a fixed expense. So the amount that I budgeted was $820.77, and my actual amount is also going to be $820.77. So I have my trusty calculator here, and I am going to do 1623.22 minus 820.77, and that is going to equal 802.45. So that is actually what we have left after the bills are paid. So 802.45. For my cash envelopes, which I'm cashless, but I still have envelopes technically. This amount has not changed as of yet. As you know, gas prices are going up, and I was thinking that with me being back in the office that I may have to increase like my car envelope. And then I actually thought too that I may, play around with my self-care envelope depending on what I had going on. Right now, the numbers that I have are still working for me. So this is all going to remain the same. So it's still $200 for spending, $50 for the car, $50 for self-care, and then my miscellaneous $20. That is the $20 in cash that I give myself every pay period. And then if anything's left, that goes towards my mini challenge. So that of course totals $320. And if I take that $802.45 and subtract the $320, then that leaves me with $482.45. $482.45. And then I am going to bring that 402, wait a minute, what did I say? 482.45 is what we have, is the running total that we have so far. So I am going to, my sinking funds, I am going to stick with what I budgeted. So I am giving home $25. I'm giving social media $25. I am giving gifts $25. And I am giving taxes $25. So that totals $100. And then $482.45 subtract the $100 gives me $382.45. One thing I want to say about taxes. When I created the sinking fund, it was originally just for my property taxes for my car and my registration. But then I realized that I may actually have to pay income taxes. So it's become basically an all-around tax envelope for income taxes as well. Well, I finally did my taxes, guys. I mean, if you've been following me, you know that I had been putting that off for the longest. And of course, it's April and we are approaching the deadline. I finally did my taxes and I did have to pay. Between Fed and state, I owe $462. And I do not have enough money in my taxes sinking fund to actually pay that. So I am having to pull money from my line of credit in order to go ahead and get that paid. And so I will have to then pay my line of credit back off. So yeah, I am definitely going to have to look at this taxes sinking fund, and I may have to bump this up to accommodate, for paying taxes in the next year. But since I didn't have enough in my taxes sinking funds to actually pay what I owed, then I figured, why even bother this? I might as well leave it and continue to grow it, because I need $250 by the end of the year for my car and registration and all of that, my property tax for my car and registration. And then I'll probably need, I want to kind of budget $500 again for next year. I don't know if I'll have an issue next year, simply because one of my side hustles from last year did not take out enough taxes on me, and that's what messed me up this year. I am no longer doing that particular side hustle anymore, so maybe that won't be an issue next year, but I still have a goal to save up $500, and then of course I need $250 for that, so for my car. So yeah, I may bump this up because I want to be better prepared next year in the event that I have to pay. So I just wanted to throw that in there, the exact amount I need from my line of credit, and get that paid and be done with it. So that's what I decided, and I'll just mail them a payment for check. I do still have checks. I don't really use them anymore, but I do still have checks. So that's how they're going to get their money. Okay. So anyway, $382.45 is what we have here. And then I need, okay, so when I did my planning, I need $1,450.77 just to cover everything that I had budgeted for. Now my income actually ended up being $1,623.22. So the difference between these two numbers is actually $172.45. So that's why I have that here. So I know that anything that's left is going to go towards my extra debt. Now I have credit card here, but that may end up being my line of credit now that I have a balance on my line of credit. So this $172.45 may go towards that. I do still have to get that credit card paid off by the end of the year to avoid the interest, because this credit card is in a 0% 0% intro period right now. And if you've been following me, then you know that that is going to go away at the end of the year. So there's a lot going on here, guys. I have to get that credit card paid off, and now I have a balance on my line of credit. So yeah, not too happy about that, but hey, it is what it is. So this 172.45 will definitely be extra debt payment, but it may actually end up being credit card and PLOC. I guess I could just write it that way. So let's see what we have here. So let me go ahead and minus the 100 from the sinking funds, and then minus the 172.45, and that leaves me with $210. Oops, that's not right. That's not right. It is 172.45 to extra debt, which leaves me with $210. And then that brings me down here to my savings challenges. So that is what I have to go towards that. Now, the 100 envelope challenge, if you saw my last savings challenge, cash stuffing, then you know I randomly pulled an 88 and a 12 for the March 18th pay period. So which totaled $100. I did stuff that $100. I just did not record it. I also randomly pulled 2 new numbers for the 4-1 period, and I actually ended up pulling a 90 and a 67. So so my budgeted amount for these two is $157, and that is what I am going to stuff. So this will remain $157. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you. That's what I ended up randomly pulling. So that's what I'll be stuffing for the 100 envelope challenge. The 1K challenge. So I did start my 1K challenge on the March 18th pay period. I stuffed $75 for the March 18th pay period. That was my first stuffing for the 1K challenge. And then because the 157 was a little on the higher side, I did select 2 smaller envelopes. So this one is not a random thing. I actually just chose 2 envelopes, and I chose a 25 and an 18, which totaled $43. I am still going to go ahead and proceed with this $43, but the challenge, the 1K challenge that I wanted to show you guys that I'm going to be doing actually did not work out the way I had planned. I had an issue with an Etsy seller, and I'll get into that a little bit more in my cash stuffing video, because again, I don't want to make this video too long. But I will get into more details about that with what happened. But I am going to go ahead and still stuff the 25 and the 18 for this pay period, which totals $43. I did budget $10 for my mini challenge, so I am going to do that. And that totals $110. And then that leaves me with $0 for a zero-based budget. So that is it, guys. That is how I budgeted my check for the 4-1 pay period. It was done as planned, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, guys, that is it. We zeroed everything out, and of course, as you know, I have to do my expense. I have to set up my expense tracker, which I did. So for 4-1, of course, I don't roll over money from my spending. So for 4-1, I did have $200. And then for my car, of course, I gave myself $50, but I actually rolled over $25 from the previous pay period. So I now have a total of $75 in my car cash envelope. And then my self-care for my $50. So all of that is set up here. As you can see, I've already done some spending, and it has not looked good. We have not gotten off to a good start because I'm back at work and I'm eating out. the amounts add up to much more than what I had anticipated. So yes, I will be going to the grocery store this weekend and we'll be doing meal prep because I am spending way too much money eating out in the office, going out with coworkers and everything. So we have to bring that back in a little bit so that we can get that I can get that under control. But guys, that is it for this video. The next video will actually be me stuffing my sinking funds, so be on the lookout for that. Guys, thank you again so much for sticking with me and for checking on me. And since you do care so much, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and stay with me on this journey as we go through and, you know, try to live this debt-free life. You know, you have to make changes. Your budgets are not black and white. There's a lot of gray area, as you can see, as I mentioned, with my taxes. I also had to spend some money for my teeth because my benefits didn't cover it all. So yeah, it's, you know, things happen, but, you know, we go through and, you know, we do what we have to do. We adjust and we make it work. So again, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. See you later. Bye.